day that they see me, they like, what's up, dude? I tell them not much, but we know it's not true. Got a to-do list that every day I gotta run through. I don't wanna small talk about it, let it work talk for me. I don't tell nobody about my secrets. Keep it to myself, cause nowadays they wanna leak it.
On the Screws podcast, presented by the Ultimate Divot Tool. My buddy over at the Ultimate Divot Tool, Daryl, is one of the best machinists in the game. So if you're over on YouTube, I got one of his new ones in my hand here, and one of the old ones, which is the most underrated golf tool in the market. Go check it out. Use OTS Golf at theultimatedivotool.com, and you'll get some kind of discount. It'd be great. This is a pretty cool episode. We've got three of the brightest editors in the kind of golf YouTube space, and I thought I'd bring Mark on. Mark is our new editor. Been with the team a couple of months now or so, Mark, but really jumping in and making the video experience a lot better for everybody. So thought we'd just come in, give them an introduction, and then we'd hop into the episode with these guys. So we got Bradley, EJ, and Ryder, part of like the GM golf team. They work with Bryson, and they've got a whole bunch of other products or projects on the go, but those are kind of like the main guys in the golf space that they work with. Recently, Ryder was over in Bahamas with Garrett and Grant. EJ was in Dubai and with Garrett and Bubby. They stopped by. I saw a friend of ours that we both know, Mark, Mac Boucher, who has been on the pod before, and I know he's wearing some of your gear. We can get into that a little bit. And Bradley's kind of doing it all. He recorded that really, really cool Top Shot video of Garrett kind of sinking the ball in a very small hole when they were at the Top Golf week in Vegas. So yeah, let's hear from you, Mark. Sort of I just want to give those guys an introduction. If you're just here for that chat and you don't want to hear about Mark, you should, but I'll timestamp it right below us here. But Mark, tell us about yourself, man.
Thanks, Mac. So as you said, my name is Mark. I am the editor for the On the Screws podcast, as well as the co-founder of Wave Golf Company. I guess I'll talk about Wave Golf Company first. So yeah. My best friend, Josh, he lives out in Newfoundland, St. John's, Newfoundland. We founded Wave Golf Company. We got it into the public eye in 2021, but it's kind of been a project that we've been working on for 2 or 3 years. And we're just had some interference with the pandemic. So getting it off the ground was a little more difficult than we thought. But yeah, it's been an absolute blast so far. We've really loved to grow our team of athletes and meet some incredible people in the golf community. Some past guests of the pod are on our athlete squad, like Lucas Noni, as well as Mac Boucher. And yeah, just can't say enough good things about this little community that we're a part of, because it's been a blast and every day has been different. So for two entrepreneurs that just love to do what we do, can't ask for much more than that. On the editing side of things, this is a bit of a new passion project for me. You mentioned GM Golf and you mentioned Good, and all of those creative content channels kind of fell into a little bit of a YouTube wormhole over the course of COVID. I'm sure many people did, and just kind of fell in love with the behind the scenes process. Yeah, just kind of was looking for an avenue to pursue it. And then when you guys came looking for an editor, it just seemed like the perfect fit. So yeah, thanks for having me, Mac. This has been an absolute blast so far, and I just can't wait to see where this podcast goes with you and Bryce. So yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, man, it's good to have you. Speaking of the perfect fit, I am wearing my On the Screws podcast sweater, but underneath it I have my Manscaped t-shirts. And if you want to get a Manscaped t-shirt or any other Manscaped products so you can look as fresh and clean as Mark here, all clean shaven, not like me with the big beard, go into our at OTS Golf over on Instagram, click the link, or just go to manscaped.com and use OTS Golf at the checkout, 20% off plus free shipping. I know they have a lot of really cool products coming out. Mark and I were just talking about using some of them, deodorant, some body lotion spray. Not sure how that's going to work, but we're going to find out. It's going to be a good time. And yeah, I think it's just some pretty cool products. I've talked about the ball deodorant being an absolute savior for me. I'm going out west. I'll be out west, or have just finished up out west, and that is going to save my life playing 36 holes a day walking around the course. So manscaped.com, OTS Golf. Use it at the shopping cart for 20% off plus free shipping. But Mark, I'm going to put you on the spot. Let's take us into this episode with these guys.
Yeah, so on the Screws podcast, this is our episode with Bradley Krueger Ethan Jones and Ryder Riva, some of my biggest inspirations and some of the best guys in the golf community.
Welcome to the podcast trio. So this is a 6-man podcast. This is as big as it's gotten for us. I think we've gotten to 4. We said Bryce before.
Yeah, we've had 4 on.
Yeah.
But,
Okay. So we
6.
got Bradley, EJ, and Ryder. How are you guys doing?
We're doing very well.
Man.
Fantastic.
Thanks for having us. Yeah, this is
so
awesome.
much.
Appreciate you guys coming on. I know you're kind of just on the road, came home, hopped on. So appreciate you guys making some time. It's getting late there, probably dinner time for you guys. But yeah, maybe could we hop right in if you guys don't mind kind of telling us a little bit about each one of you?
Sure.
Yeah, Brad, you want to start?
Yeah, sure. I'll go first. So yeah, my name's Bradley, and I've done editing for most of the Good Crew's personal channels. So we got, Matt, Steven, Garrett. I've done some for Micah even, and who else is there? There's a ton of guys nowadays. And since then, I've kind of branched out. I'm starting to do some Bryson stuff and his new team channel, Regecy. I've also, I guess I've helped out some other golfers too, like Zach Radford comes to mind. And yeah, I've been doing this for maybe close to 3 years now, a little over 2.5, I guess you could say. And yeah, I just loved every single second of it. And these guys here, they're with me, Ryder and EJ, they can attest to it too. Like, this is probably as close to a dream job as you can get. I mean, working with these guys day in, day out. We're all fans of them to begin with. Now we're working with them. We're friends with them. It's kind of surreal, like how it all unfolded. But I guess before I started with GM, Ryder actually was editing Garrett's videos way long before so I guess I'll let him take over now.
Yeah, I got to Garrett first. I remember, I think I DM'd Garrett when he had like 3,000 Instagram followers and was just like, yeah, I like your trick shots. That's cool. And then I kind of built a connection. And then when he got to a point, because he was editing his own videos, or I don't even know if he was doing YouTube at the time, but he was editing his own stuff for a little bit. And then he got to a point where he needed an editor, and I was the first person that came to mind. So yeah, I was kind of editing his stuff for a little bit. It was kind of off and on, and like Bradley was editing. And so, yeah, but I think it was like 2017. So kind of off and on through 4 years, and have edited stuff for everyone else's channel at some point, and edited for Claire Hogel now, and just other stuff like that. So yeah.
EJ.
EJ.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess I'm the newest to the group, like with Good and GM Golf. I've been editing for about 8 or 9 years now. Started in like the mountain biking scene. Actually, that's kind of where like I learned how to edit in high school. Then took a break from editing, and then fresh out of college, I was working a retail job as like a bike tech, just like wrenching on bikes every day. Was watching GM Golf and all that, throughout that time. And actually, Grant and I used to play like Call of Duty together, and we like had connected through Instagram. So I started editing for him, like helping him with TikTok, social media stuff like that. And then eventually he moved into the house, good with Garrett and all of them. And then I got connected with, these guys. And then long story short, Bradley started doing stuff for Bryson. So then I kind of picked up some of the stuff from Garrett. And now I'm basically working for Garrett full time. And then I'm also like on with Good full time. So I get to go travel on all the Good weeks and all that stuff. Just doing like photography and some of their social media posts, things like that.
Cool.
Nice. Love it, guys. I'm just going to take a quick second to introduce our editor. This is his first episode with us. So we did a quick little intro before you guys hopped on, but this is Mark down in the bottom right corner of your screen if you're looking. So with a good hat on too. So that's perfect. Thought it would be a great opportunity for him to kind of come on, and you guys are kind of doing it on a little bit of a bigger scale, but hey, our pod's growing, man. Things are getting pretty cool here now. You guys mentioned, and Bradley, I've talked to actually both Bradley and AJ quite a bit, and you guys are kind of just everywhere. So can we talk about can we talk about some of the travel? Maybe EJ, we can bump back to you. I know that you were just over in Dubai, and both Mark and I actually have a personal connection with Mac Boucher. So you met Mac while you were over there as well.
Okay,
yeah. So kind of a small world. He's close by, and he wears the wave gear quite a bit. That Mark is actually the founder of that company. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, thought we could hear about Dubai a little bit, being so fresh.
Oh, Dubai was crazy, man. So we went from. So I'm I'm up in Oregon. Actually, Brad and I are roommates right now. We're living up in Oregon together. So I flew from Oregon to Dallas to meet up with Garrett and the rest of the good guys. And then the day after that, we flew to Orlando for Good Week, filmed there all week, flew back to Dallas for one night. We were there, I think, for like 9 hours, woke up, hopped on a flight for 14 hours to Dubai, landed, slept for 2 hours, and then we were filming that Pro-Am video that you see on the GM Golf channel. Like, dude, I mean, absolutely amazing experience. Super, super cool. Like, we got to go do so much incredible stuff. Like, I'm so thankful for it, but it's a grind. Like, sometimes traveling like that for, 3 weeks in a row, back to back on super long plane flights, it's like, it's exhausting.
No doubt. Like you're just constantly like staring into a screen the whole time too, right? So I imagine that's like when we were talking, I think Bradley, you talked about kind of going on. You had slept for 45 minutes when you did your vlog. So you put it up on your channel, like, I don't know, maybe a month ago, and you and I were trying to connect through that point in time, and you had through about 48 hours or something. I think you slept like 45 minutes or something like that. Then you thought you were in your apartment when you woke up or something. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. So that's like, I'm sure
so funny.
Just any editor can agree or have maybe experienced it. Like if you have something you need to grind on, you just stay up until it's done, just because the next project's right there waiting for you. So yeah, I mean, you pull some crazy stuff, you just have to make it happen. But yeah, no, to just circle back to that, I was editing for who knows how many hours straight, staring at my computer, and like something told me look to my right, and the refrigerator was right there, where in my mind I was looking out a window, but the refrigerator was like, spooked me, and I was like, okay, now I'm getting loopy. I've been awake for way too long. Yeah, that's kind of a quick version of that story. But
it's like when you travel and you wake up and you're like, I'm here. Nope, I'm not where I thought I was. I'm not home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Before these guys jump in here, Ryder, can we wrap up some of the travel? You were in the Bahamas recently, yeah?
I was in the Bahamas, yeah.
Yeah, how was that? That looked pretty awesome. I watched all of those videos. It looked pretty good.
Yeah, that was another, like, Garrett called me, I think a week and a half before, maybe. He's like, I was at the gym and he's like, hey, want to go to the Bahamas? And I do videography. I'm honest, I think I'm a videographer at heart, and like at first I'm a videographer, and so I had a couple of shoots that I was like, of course I'm going to reschedule all these shoots that I can, and we could go to the Bahamas. So, but yeah, that was a fun experience as well.
Yeah, we had a guest on a few weeks ago. His name's Callum Davidson. So he's a PGA Tour Canada Player of the Year, and he told Bryce and I at one point, he said, "Unfortunately, I was in Hawaii." We're both just like, what do you mean? Unfortunately, you're in Hawaii. We're in Toronto, Canada right now, or Michigan.
5 degrees here in Michigan.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So let's put Mark on the spot here. Mark, I'm gonna throw it to you. Go ahead, man. Jump in.
Yeah. Well, first of all, guys, thanks for having me on. Obviously, podcast debut, kind of a bit of an editing debut. So, just always kind of watch the GM videos. That's kind of how I started my company, Wave. During the pandemic, kind of got lost in a little bit of YouTube wormhole, and ended up kind of finding myself more on like Colin Ross's page, looking at his personal vlogs and stuff like that. But yeah, just I guess maybe what I would want to know is like, take me through, I know it's different for all you guys, but take me through kind of what maybe a day outside of editing looks like. If you had some free time, what would you be doing? Are you guys golfers? Maybe start with Brad.
Okay, sure. So very far and few between do we get days outside editing. I will say, since I've moved up to Oregon with EJ, almost every chance we get not at the computer, we're on the course. Because I feel like I lost that like a year and a half ago when I was just grinding 9 videos a week, like week in, week out, just nonstop. My golf game just went right down the toilet. So now I'm living with EJ. We're trying to get out on the golf course as much as we can. And then, like you were mentioning before with the vlog, like I just feel like shooting my own stuff is a good way to keep the creativity rolling. Just like, always try to learn something new. So I like to try to get back at that as well. But yeah, that pretty much sums up what we would do not on the editing.
That sounds good. I know it's few and far between. So
what are like you guys mentioned some of your current clients, like you're working with Bryson. I guess is it Regecy? Am I saying that right?
Regecy. Yeah.
Regecy. Okay, so with
I don't know.
you got to
There's
remember,
really-
we do this every single week. I am extremely Canadian. I cannot say house or a boot or about or whatever. So I'm losing Bryce down here to the States. So he's been our translator a few times. A couple weeks ago, we had Mac made putters on, some of the most beautiful putters in the world. He's from, where is he from? Tennessee or Alabama or something? So he was Bryce was translating for us, but it gets pretty Canadian with my voice. But can you like some of those clients that you're working with right now? Is there any? Do you guys have any upcoming projects that you're kind of like gearing up for and getting ready for?
Well, they just shot a few fan involved videos, which is going to be pretty awesome. I know they had a driver giveaway. They're going to give away like personal lessons, like a day on the course with the team, stuff like that. Just like trying to get the fans involved, like at early stages. I think it's going to help them a lot, and it's really exciting too. I mean, just getting that outreach and involving whoever we can. I think it's going to do pretty well. So that stuff's pretty exciting.
Now, Mark, I kind of want to ask one for you. This might be for you, but do you guys ever work on teams or on like projects together as a team?
Yeah, actually, the last one that Brad and I did fully as a team was actually when we first met in person. We flew down. That's why we were in San Francisco, and he had that experience where he got spooked by a fridge. We were working on like our biggest project we've ever touched. It was for like an outside TV documentary. It's called The Impossible Route. It was like these bikers, they go up and they were in Telluride, Colorado. They did 177 miles on a bike in one day, all on the dirt. And it was like 22,000 feet of elevation gain. Yeah. Just like absolutely gnarly, and like telling that story. And I mean, a super, super beautiful piece, like the best shots we've ever touched. The documentary ended up being like an hour and a half long, but we had like 70 to 80 hours of raw footage to go through. Yeah. And it took us just an astronomical amount of time.
Yeah. I wish I could show you the screenshot of the timeline when it was done. It was just a complete grind. That was probably the weeks I most stayed up like end over end. So I would not recommend doing that, but it was all worth it in the end.
I remember a story that you guys posted, because you guys have like a bit of a war room, I guess you could call it, that you work in, right? So I remember a story that you posted with that one. Now, sorry, I don't mean to keep talking over you guys. Bryce, Mark, jump in whenever you guys want, but I just find this stuff like incredibly fascinating. It's been great having Mark come on, because I've been editing our I've been editing our videos, and need some work. I definitely need some work, so it's been great to have Mark come on. Anything that you guys like doing, is there any piece that you enjoy doing, anything that you like absolutely just despise doing when it comes to putting together a video?
Oh, there's definitely some things that
nothing comes to mind. I'll let Ryder maybe take this one.
I'll talk about the ones that I like editing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it goes along with the ones that they like shooting and they have the most fun shooting, because it comes across in the editing and in the video. It's like videos they like are most stoked on are the ones we're stoked on to edit, because it's just the more you can do with it, the more you have fun with it. But if it's like, I don't know, if they're tired or it wasn't a good match or something, it's like it's not as fun. But when they're stoked on the video and they're like the energy is there, those are always the fun ones to edit, and it makes you want to like edit it better if there's more to work with.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. And anything that you shoot yourself, for some reason, just like is so much more fun to edit or play with. Like that's way more enjoyable.
And it's a lot more efficient too. Yeah. I feel like when I'm shooting, I'm almost like editing while I shoot. Like for instance, when me, Grant, and Garrett were in Sea Island, like they would be talking on the green, and I would hit like end record, and they'd be talking. I was like, Grant, no, we're done. Like I got it. Like I know what the edit's gonna need. He's like, all right, I trust you. But I wasn't trying to cut them off intentionally. I was just like, I know what the edit's gonna need. So it's kind of just way to speed it.
I'm gonna tag along kind of to that question. Is there any like kind of videos that they do, like the Sunday matches or like even the knockout golf videos that they do? Like, are there any specific ones that you enjoy the most, like on top of others, or you kind of just
anything where they travel? Honestly, is kind of more fun to me. Anything now that they're in Dallas just is a little bit repetitive. I mean, it kind of goes back to what Ryder said, where something that, because if they're in Dallas and they're just kind of filming a video quick, you can feel the energy's a little bit down. I mean, even as a viewer, you can probably tell like, hey, you know, they're not really super into this video, but somewhere they travel or, you know, go out of the state or out of the country is just a little bit more fun to work with. Yeah.
I don't know, man. Bubby doesn't seem to get down at all.
Oh man, you should watch his latest video. We were filming a night golf video in Dubai. It was me, Bubby, Chase, and Garrett, and Bubby was having the worst round of his life. Like, I kid you not, I think he was probably 26 over through 9 or something like that. And he recorded the whole thing and posted the video, and it was actually like absolutely awesome to watch, but he was furious. Like, like he was hating it, but it was awesome. It was a good time. And at the end of the day, he's actually a really good sport and a good person to be around.
Absolutely.
But, I mean, we all get like that sometimes, you know, where it's just like not going your way. It's like, oh man, get out of here.
All right.
Those night golf courses out there are awesome, eh? All lit up with those massive lights.
They hit a little bit different. It's pretty cool. And the one that we were playing at, like, you could see the Burj Khalifa in the background and it's all lit up and stuff. It was a pretty surreal experience for sure.
That's awesome.
I definitely got a couple, but a little night golf. Bradley, you were in Vegas recently with Garrett. What was it like recording that shot? It was like 400 or 500 takes.
Already done. Okay, so
You tell his right arm's a little bigger.
right. Yeah. Let's see here. Have you ever gone to the gym and just done lats all day? I mean, that's basically what I can compare it to, because I'm like hanging over the edge of this, like, the net barrier. I've just got this phone and I turn 45, zoom. I mean, we must have tried, I don't even know how many tries, but we looked at like the monitor and it said like ball 992 or something. I'm like, yeah, that adds up. It was like a few hours worth of just trying over and over. But again, I think it was so worth it. Like, just watching that thing go in, and then we just all celebrated. It was a lot of fun. Super crazy.
992 shots. Wow.
I mean, I don't know if that like helps Garrett's like skill up, whatever. Like, not saying it took him that long.
No, like I've been watching Josh Kelly, like Hole in One trick shots for a long time, and he's always been honest. Same with Coach Rusty, always been honest about how many takes some shots take.
Right.
Did that make sense? Yeah.
Yeah,
Because some of them, like, you just know it didn't happen the first time, right? Like, that shot is going to take forever. Like, I think Claire went down in one of her vlogs. I was watching it after, and she actually like went up close to where that ball went in, and it was not much bigger than the width of the ball.
Right.
But I wanted to, we were kind of talking about Bubby before, Ryder, so I wanted to go back to the Bahamas video. What happened with Grant's shoes?
Okay. That's funny. We thought it'd be a good idea for him to play a ball off the beach. And so he went down, he placed his ball and hit a bunker shot. And then a wave came up and got his shoes all wet. This is off camera. Or actually, no, I filmed it. I probably have the clip on my phone of him. I might even put it in one of the videos. But yeah, a wave just snuck up on him while he was trying to get TikTok content or something. And then yeah,
he was you could tell like he was pretty cheesed after that. So Mark, why don't you start off with your bottom one there? We won't keep you guys much longer. We'll wrap it up in a few minutes, guys. Really appreciate the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course.
Yes. So this is more of I guess more of a tech question, something that I've always wanted to know, and I'm sure a lot of people maybe looking to break into the industry might want to know. But what kind of advice would you give somebody maybe looking to break into the content creation world or the editing world? I know it's a lot of work, like you guys said, so maybe you guys could each speak to it a bit.
Okay.
Honestly, I would say like don't be afraid to like slide in people's DMs.
Exactly.
Like that's literally how all of us started.
Yeah.
Like just reply to stories, like don't be shy about it. Be like, hey, and just get the conversation rolling. Like, I mean, that's literally why all of us are here, why all of us are connected. Like, just starting that conversation with content creators, who knows, they might reply. Like, it's literally, and just once you get a connection, just building off that and just make sure you kind of have a nice network, especially if you're going to kind of do like freelance contract work. Like, I know Ryder can touch on that a little bit more. Like, he just has a whole network for filming and videography, stuff like that. Like, that's definitely the way to go. Just kind of, don't be afraid to reach out and get into that network.
That's awesome.
Like, and to sum it up in a few words, like Instagram is everything.
Literally, there.
It's like,
Yeah.
Just reach out, and if by chance you do get that opportunity, just make sure you kill it, because you never know what the opportunity could lead into. And I think like that's just how we all got started. It's just we made sure what we were doing was the best we could do, and they seem to like it. So,
Well, hey,
Yeah, if you provide value if you provide something to them that they can't go on without, like,
Mhm.
then you got them, like
Yeah.
the first video I did for Garrett, I did it for free because in my head, which I think is a good thing to do, is like,
yeah,
if you're gonna do something first, do it for free, because if like, say that the first video I did for Garrett, I charged him, $200 even, or something like that.
Right.
And if he's like, oh, this is for $200, it's like, okay, for $200, but for free, he's like, yeah, this is, he's much more inclined to think it's like great and want to do it again. And yeah, so I think do the first couple for free, and then, yeah.
I definitely agree with that.
all right. Okay, Mark. Mark's just down there smiling. Yeah. Guys reaching into my back pocket. He's taking my wallet right now. It's a team effort.
Guys.
Bryce is the one who provides that lasting effect that we could not go on without him. He was away. He was on vacation. A couple people were asking about him, and he came back, his head was this big. I don't know if you guys.
Yeah.
But hey, but that, what, it's, you guys are right, like, definitely right. That's how, we got in contact with you guys, and our podcast is like, it always has been, again, we're into our 15th month, I guess. Bryce, you've been around for a year, so that's a long time in the podcast world, a very long time to be kind of running that long. A lot pop up, a lot drop off, but that's how I kind of got in touch with you guys. We like to, give a platform for guys like yourself as well, and a lot of, local companies, a lot of players, anybody in the golf community, right? So if you reach out, you're genuine, and you want to kind of get involved, that's how you do it, right? So slide in the DMs of Bradley, EJ here, and maybe they'll get in touch with you guys.
Trying to rough that.
Exactly.
For sure.
So
I mean, like one more thing, like Bradley said, like Instagram is everything, like especially in our industry, using that as your portfolio is pretty huge. If you're just starting out fresh, like 0 Instagram followers, nothing, like, just try to put out the best content you can, and be sure to like interact with other people on Instagram, like comment on other, like, people that you look up to, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it'll just kind of get rolling from there. But just make sure you're putting out good, consistent content on there. And then, once you slide into someone DMs and they see something on your page, you're like, oh, that's sick. Like, let me have some of that. Like, well, let me see what you can do for me. Then that's, and then you hook, line, and sinker. It's all over. You're in.
Yeah.
Well, that's how it's been. We've always kind of built our page the same. Like, it's always got this like green turf background. We kind of follow the same structure. It's a golf background, right? So it's kind of cool that, we just kind of spin off that all the time. And, a lot of people, I've noticed, like, even some other podcasts do it, which is kind of cool. Like, I don't mind it. Like, if other people think that it's cool and they want to try it, then that's great, right? But this all kind of started as something like, a passion project where we were just in COVID, kind of like Mark was saying with some of his editing and stuff, and like, in the heat of the pandemic, and we kind of got it started up, and then Bryce joined us a little while later, and we're a year and a half later talking to you guys, right? So it's kind of cool to just chat, meet everybody else in the industry. Just want to make sure I got it right. So Bradley and EJ, you guys do more video, not so much yourself, Ryder?
Video, as in like videography?
Yeah.
Ryder does the most.
Yeah, I think I probably
Okay,
do.
did I get that backwards, or I might have got that backwards?
Yeah.
So
yeah, you and I, we're the ones that are stuck behind the computer most of the time.
No, but I'm not saying I'm not, but I'm more like, I try to do more videography things to get me out
Right.
outside. Yeah.
So who's the best, guys? We got to know who's the best, right?
there's not an answer to that.
We're all
No,
great
it's-
in our different ways.
You know what? Like you guys said, it kind of doesn't work. Like, it's a machine, right? Like, you guys work together as a team when you need to, and it provides. If I were to guess, your network of people that you've reached is probably somewhere 10 million plus, right? So when you consider Bryson's pages, Hogan's, all of the GM guy, or the good guys. So appreciate what you guys are doing for the golf community. It is it definitely is not unnoticed. Like, I know a lot of people might not pick up like that there's a big editing process that goes through that, but I know Bryce knows, Mark knows, anybody listening to this podcast knows there's a lot of work that goes into this stuff. So appreciate what you guys are doing, and it's really cool. Really appreciate you guys coming on the podcast too. It's nice to kind of get some insight and see kind of behind the lens, right? So I know we're sitting in front of it now, but it's nice to see some of those faces as well, right? So
Yeah, I just kind of wanted to add to that, Mac. It's awesome what you guys do. I think a lot of people don't realize how much time and effort you guys put in. I personally don't know because I'm not too good with the whole editing thing, but I know you guys put a lot of hours in, and that's why the videos do look so good. So keep up the good work, and it was awesome meeting you guys.
yeah, Bryce.
I appreciate that, man. For real.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. That's dope.
Before you guys jumped on, I think Bryce, you said Garrett had 3,000 subscribers when you hopped on there.
I think it was 5,000, but I've been watching him for a long time.
Wow.
That's
kind of a little fanboy. So.
Maybe you might have watched Ryder's first video.
Yeah.
I remember back when he used to make videos with his old girlfriend. I believe that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah. So
Well, thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Podcast floor is always open to you guys. If you got something going on, some big projects, you guys want to come on and chat about it. We've got a pretty decent following. A lot of people kind of tune in and listen. We're trying to, Mark and I are desperately trying to learn the YouTube world. So it'll come with time.
Oh yeah, it definitely will.
Awesome. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, guys. Mark, anything you want to add before we go?
No, just want to tag off what Bryce was saying, and I'm starting to appreciate what you guys do a whole lot, and just thanks for coming on, you guys. I know you guys coming into this, and you guys are some of my biggest inspirations. So keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully we can connect down the road.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
That really means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Of course, man.
I feel like these
Cheers.
guys just cost me a bunch of money though on this podcast. Editors are gold, man. Editors are gold. So,
Sorry, you said $200 a video? What was that?
Mac's gonna open his DMs in a week, and there's gonna be 100 editors.
Yeah. Well, all the best, guys. Thank you, Bradley, EJ, Ryder. Thank you guys so much. Again, some of the best guys in the industry. Appreciate you guys taking some time. I know that you just got out of a 2-hour car ride from Hollywood, so glad it was a nice day for you guys.
We're always on the road. Don't even worry about it. Yeah.
All right, guys. All the best to you guys. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you so much,
guys.
guys. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Perfect.
I don't tell nobody about my secrets. Keep it to myself, cause nowadays they wanna leak it. I don't even share it with my family as a reason. Not cause I don't trust them, I would rather let them see it for themselves. I got